Hello everyone, my name is Chance Brunton. Welcome back to Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. I'm joined once again by Tyler.
Hello.
In this episode, Dio is holding the Axelavir hostage and Quark's life hostage to force us to ally with him, which will kill us because he's going to betray us in order to be able to get out. So we are going to bravely and nobly sacrifice ourselves in order to save a small, sick, ailing child. And whoops, my finger slipped. Sorry, Quark. Nothing I can do. Too bad.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game.
Rest in peace.
Has been completed.
Well, sorry, Clover. I meant to pick ally. I pressed the wrong button.
Well, that's what Clover wanted, but yeah.
That's true.
It's just like Dio allies and Clover escapes.
I feel like Clover will be disappointed in us nonetheless, because she expected us to pick ally. Clover and I walked slowly out of the AB room. Dio glanced over at us as he exited his own room. I looked away before he could make eye contact.
Sigma, why? After all that stuff you said. I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you. I think you made the right decision.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I think I would have chosen betray if I was in your position. We'll find another way, all right? We just have to keep an eye on Dio. As soon as he gives us an opening, we take it. And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Did you tell her?
It's okay. We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him. Anyway, let's go check the results.
Yeah.
No way she told him what? Oh, I guess she did tell us, right? Probably, at least.
What?
She was probably looking up and, told Alice.
Mm-hmm. Double betray.
Someone still has 9.
Yeah, because Kay and Alice betrayed Temioji, of course. Because Kay forced the issue.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game. Please check your...
Hey, what the hell is this?
Sorry, I decided to choose betray.
Oh, so you don't care what happens to Quark?
What kind of cold-hearted bastard are you?
Jeez.
Please, just give it back.
Obviously, neither does Dio.
Sigma? What are you talking about?
What?
Dio obviously doesn't care what happens to Quark either.
Yeah. We found the Axelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it. What? You mean he has it? Right now?
Nah, I don't have it.
What?
The ground does.
I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he planned to do. No! Don't! I leapt toward him as I spoke, but it was already too late. Dio snatched the vial out of his pocket, brought it up, and threw it to the ground.
No!
You bastard! I mean, I would still kill him at this point. Even though it's too late, I would still be killing him right now.
What are you doing?
Him not escaping is basically dying.
A promise. If you'd chosen ally, this never would have happened.
I mean, it is, but it's too slow a death. I would literally just... In this situation, I would be killing him right now.
You want to blame someone? Blame yourselves.
Ugh! I'd had enough. Something snapped in my brain. Bastard! Ah! I let out a guttural roar and leapt forward, only to be stopped short by a firm hand on my arm. It was Phi.
Hold it.
Why are you stopping me?
Because this isn't the time for that.
Huh? What do you mean this isn't the time for... Oh,
Look
right.
at the number 9 door.
K. He also needs to die. Kay was indeed standing in front of the door. What is he?
No!
9. His BP is 9.
What?
Suddenly, we were all running toward Kay and the number 9 door. Well, it's too late for everyone now. Kay! What the hell do you think you're doing?
What am I doing? Well, that should be obvious, but if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing. I am perfectly serious. After a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action. What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark.
Oops.
He must be taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help. Currently, the only one of us capable of doing so is myself. That is why I intend to escape.
And leave us all behind.
Unavoidable, but as I said, I do intend to call for help.
Couldn't you have at least waited until the next round? Then you could have raised Quark's BP to 9 and taken him with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do.
Presumably we could conspire to prevent that.
This is the most logical choice.
I'm not sure if anyone knows this yet or not, but the white chromatic doors means you can't really do that. Dio could be forced into being Quark's partner because everyone has unique colors.
That is true. But if we didn't know about that so far, we've always been in a position where we've had choices.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess the reality is that wouldn't be the case, but from what they know at this point in time, it would be logical for them to believe that was the case.
The number
Maybe,
9 door
depending on
has
who
been
Kay
opened.
actually is, his amnesia might have, cleared up enough that he knows the results in a way.
Yeah, or people like Sigma and Phi could have some inkling based on jumping.
Well, it was Kay's decision
Remain
to
open.
to
Yeah.
not wait for
9
one round, so...
seconds.
Wait! Where's Alice?
Ah, yes. Alice is in the AB room. She has collapsed, but you needn't be concerned. She is only sleeping.
collapsed.
What did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I must take my leave.
I guess she did collapse, but not for no reason.
Hey! God damn it! Wait!
Dio charged at Kay, but the larger man easily sidestepped him and tumbled nimbly through the door just before it closed. Okay, now is the time to kill Dio.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Game over. Well, that came quickly to an end. So betrayal is not a valid option. Got it. We still haven't unlocked anything, so hopefully this other route will unlock something.
Well, if your prediction was right, we will need to, fully figure out that we are the ones with prosthetics or our robot or whatever.
Yeah, that's the only way for us to survive this.
Mhm.
We're still gonna have the problem, though, about Kay.
Yeah, but, Dio would escape anyways, so we can still gain information by surviving, though, and figuring stuff out.
If they don't give us, a premature ending.
Yeah.
Because that also could be one of those things where on some of these ends, there's more information to be had, but...
Yeah, once you get the lock out, if there is a lock, you might figure out what Jumpy Doll means, because we got that recently.
Alright, we're gonna nobly sacrifice ourselves, supposedly. Let's see if we can worm our way out of it. Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed toward the results screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. So K betrays, they ally, Dio betrays.
Everything but your vote's the same.
Yep. So now there's 2 people at 9.
Yep, and 1 person at
Results
negative.
from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please.
So basically the twins are now going to get out.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I guess if we really are a robot, and we can't be killed by this thing, we're about to find that out.
Yeah, or you might just get shut down by, like, Zero the Third or the bunny thing.
Maybe. I guess it depends what level of autonomy we have, right?
Yeah, well, it seemed like he could do it to Golem, so...
Yeah, but for one thing, we might not be a golem, and the other thing is, he did it to the golem who was plugged in, and he could only do it by overloading a power surge through the plug.
I guess.
So it occurs to me that a golem which is battery operated and separated from any automated systems might not have the ability to shut that down so easily.
I guess.
I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Is it just me, or is the menu button also getting blurry? Maybe that's just me.
It might have been, like, when there was no text on the screen, when it was fading to black or whatever.
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead.
Yeah, like right now. It does
Maybe
it
not,
when
maybe it's
there's
just
no
me.
text, which is, it sometimes does it for very short periods of time, but
My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it! You'll keep your promise, god damn it! I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head, and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then, at last... The smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Don't give it to the guy who's gonna collapse with it! Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back. Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Axelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now you. I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Axelavir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could, and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it toward me. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said, unmistakably, Axelavir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be all right. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay?
Sigma!
Sigma!
I guess this is it.
First is the soparil, which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
9 minutes. Once the soparil was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. He's very accurate for somebody who's been drugged.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. Here it is. Here's the lock. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think! If there was a way out, I'd find it.
Seek
I wasn't
a way
ready to
out.
give up on life yet. Get a whole escape room
Yeah,
puzzle.
escape room puzzle, but it's just you walking around with nothing to do.
There had to be an answer.
Or crawling around, probably.
Yeah. You can't even move. The only way it's enough time for a puzzle is it's entirely locked in your head in like that 1 second delay. Like before we push a button when time freezes. So I'm guessing... No?
Nope.
A 5... Oh, I misread that as a 5 minutes of life. It's like...
Yeah. Warehouse A5.
We don't have it? Really?
Not yet, no.
Because
We
I
do
would have
have-
thought that it'd be the artificial arm.
Yeah, but, like, the only reason we know about that is because of the secret file. We don't know why Sigma's blood is white other than that.
True, but I mean, we chopped off our arm in one of the routes.
They amputated our arm on the bad end to escape without
Wait a minute.
having me.
Am I finally reading this right? This route's unlocked.
Yeah,
There isn't enough antiviral medication. We can solve that now?
yeah. You already solved it in your mind a while ago.
Yeah, but that was like by making a logical leap that we could put the Axelavir in the thing.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
they
we-
haven't, like, confirmed that in the story.
They have. You've seen the laboratory, and you also have the paper IG equals globulin or whatever.
True.
I don't know if they've actually said it or if you pieced together that meant
No,
the
they did.
Axelavir. But
They did. One of the safes in one of the routes, I think it might have been the garden safe.
yeah,
I'm
this
not
is
sure.
the botanical garden route where it had the piece of paper IG equals globulin or whatever.
Okay. I guess I was expecting that we could return to that route after the character had figured it out, but I guess what's instead going to happen is we can return to that route and then Sigma will figure it out because he'll remember, wait, if IG is immunoglobin, that was an IG replicator, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. So then in theory, we could continue this route
Mhm.
or we could go back and try and unlock more from the Temioji path
Yeah.
along one of these doors. I wonder which one is better to do.
It's up to you. So this is the first time we've had like a distant to be continued solved.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So we're going to go back at this point and jump to the to be continued, where there isn't enough antiviral medication.
Yeah.
And then we will see if we can fix that problem now.
Yeah. At this point, you're with Luna. Alice has betrayed you. And I think we've seen that Quark has been infected. And those are the main story points we know about from that route.
In fact, I think this was the very first route we did.
Yeah, because it's from
I think this is the first to be continued we ever encountered.
Mm-hmm.
So Alice is infected. Both she and Quark is infected. We have 1 dose of Axelavir. IG equals immunoglobulin.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is? It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
IG replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah. Probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
That last
If
line
only.
was very important for the flashback.
The whole story hinges on that. That's it!
We need
I've
ice
got
cream.
The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine.
What?
Achievement unlocked. If I told you you had a nice antibody. It can copy immunoglobulin antibodies. Luna just said Axelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Axelavir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah, we never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No. Dio was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Axelavir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
We all nodded. Wait, we can't leave them here all alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
All right then, let's go. We don't think we might need some of Luna's expertise?
Yeah, where are we gonna do?
I guess the rest...
I guess Luna probably wouldn't have seen the IG replicator, at least assuming she was a normal doctor.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe that... maybe that's regular equipment at this time.
I guess it might be, but she didn't seem to have any theories that we might need an IG replicator.
I mean, she might just not have known that one was available. She didn't look at the lab.
Well, yeah, but she also, I guess it told her that we needed Axelavir, but, she didn't tell us, anything about IG replicators being possible.
I don't feel like that's something that you would just mention off the top of your head. Because, there's all sorts of equipment that could be useful
So
that
this is the
you
lab,
wouldn't
huh?
just assume you have, and you wouldn't be just talking about equipment that is rare and expensive.
But, there's the Atom already, which is likely expensive, and, it would solve the immediate problem, so...
Yeah, but it might not be as weird, because that's a diagnostic tool as opposed to a background laboratory thing. So the Atom might be something that's located in every clinic across the world, and maybe the IG replicators are only really located in, research labs and industrial manufacturing facilities. Maybe it's not something you would have everywhere.
Yeah, but considering how convenient certain things are, she might hope for more convenience.
Maybe.
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here. See?
So this can copy the Axelavir?
If anybody knows how to work it.
Yeah. if she knew how to work it and knew it was complicated, though, she would have, like, objected. So.
True. I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Axelavir into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Axelavir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Right. And pressed. And I would want to obtain a third bottle to duplicate out another sample of it, because we wouldn't want to use up all of it that we have, because what if somebody else falls sick?
I guess, but, like, you would also need to go back and forth a bunch, because there's only these 2 bottles, probably.
Well, there were lots of bottles filled with other things. Surely you could just empty one of those.
Yeah, but these are tiny bottles. We don't have any tiny bottles in the lab.
No, but in the infirmary, there were whole racks of bottles filled with tubocurarine and soparil beta and maybe other things.
I guess
you could take one of the soparil beta ones, empty it out, rinse it, and then use that for a spare.
They probably didn't bring one, though, based off of how nobody mentioned it, so...
Right, yeah. I mean, clearly they're not thinking of it. I'm just pointing out that, like, this is what occurs to me if I was in this position.
I guess.
I wouldn't want to use up all of our Axelavir.
Mm-hmm.
Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
All right, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. It looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket.
What if we just inject them and it's, like, not even Axelavir?
Yeah.
It's just poison.
Oh, shit.
What happened?
Sorry. My hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah. Just one, though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on. If it had broken, then we could have just made another copy. Before Temioji could reply, Fi spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break!
No, the vial's fine.
It's a bomb.
See?
She held it up in one hand, but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
The zero bomb. Or the number 2.
Mm-hmm.
She slid back from the table quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. Number 2.
Yep. Or O2. It could just be oxygen.
Yeah. A bomb?
Whoa. Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
I mean, you didn't see anything this time either, but...
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
Gee, I wonder. We were all looking for Alice. It could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
That's if
So we
trust
shouldn't consider you a suspect.
What?
That's if we trust Tenmyoji, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't really have anybody conscious to verify that, does he?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Quark's off the list, too.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb...
That's insane! Listen to yourself! There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb!
We can't be totally sure of that, though, can we? Temioji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally, Dio?
Unless it was left here
Dio,
intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Could I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room.
I inserted it into my ARM chip reader.
Yeah. Nothing. I mean, there were several other screens that could read them in other rooms.
Yeah.
Shoot!
Not here, which is what they were looking for.
Yeah. The archive specifically comes to mind.
Oh yeah.
No dice.
It didn't, it ejected a chip. It didn't, I guess that means that there was another place to put the chip. Never mind.
Yeah, it had a slot because we took the chip that was inside the lion and inserted
never mind
it.
then. Yeah, it is an insertion thing then.
But there's been things like that in every room. In fact, the infirmary also has a screen with a chip reader.
The infirmary, the archives, and the AB rooms are the three options I can think of.
And at this point, I'm sure there must be more, because we've had that happen so often. There's that, I was thinking about the Mr. Octopus room, but
no, I'm pretty sure.
I guess that had a USB stick.
I'm pretty sure there's only those three that you've seen so far. And you've seen
Still, we only need one, so any of those three will do.
Yeah.
We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything here.
So what do we do?
Come on, if I knew, I'd be doing it. Oh, really?
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Perfect, we can kill two birds with one stone.
All players, please enter your votes. If no...
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Leave it?
Not much we can do except leave it here.
Same
Alice
thing
said
we
it'd
did
be
with the
dangerous
other
to
ones.
touch them.
True, but...
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Axelavir, then head to the Floor A warehouse.
Right.
This ought to do it. It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Axelavir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
It's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes.
And if anybody else falls sick, we're screwed because we've used all of our Axelavir.
Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The Floor A warehouse is waiting. So what kind of a position are we in for this game?
Well, we're with Luna against Alice. You're at 1 point, Alice is at 6, Luna's at 5. Dio also happened to ally this route, so he's at 5, and Kay
So I guess this is an
he's
easy
at
one
6.
for us, because we just ally because Alice is out of it.
Yeah, except Kay's at 6, but we can't really get to 9.
Huh? Where's Temioji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything, so I asked him if he was coming with us, and this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
1-on-1, huh?
Ugh.
Yeah, betray.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about.
Dio allied this time, so they might be less suspicious, but Phi will still probably betray to save herself.
I plan to choose ally. You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens. I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
That's why she has to tell Dio now that she's gonna pick betray, so he has to do it too.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are going to be going 1-on-1 too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got
6.
6.
As do I.
Alright. This'll be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to ally and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
So both of you betray as well. Let's just do an all betray round.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
Oh god.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Yeah, both of them
Shit, this is
really
bad.
seem like wild cards, basically, where you don't know if they're allying or betraying.
Yeah.
We need to move, now!
I would want to skip this round and then reshuffle the teams and have a little more time to think about it.
Indeed. Shall we?
DOK and Phi and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AP rooms. Counting from the left, Dio went into room 3, K went into room 4, and Phi and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6, respectively. Is this really very important?
Yeah, I don't get why that's important.
That left Luna and myself. I mean, I guess it would be important if we found a body or something like that, but...
Yeah. Another old woman.
What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
With that
Just hurry
settled,
up.
we head into the AP room number 1. Yeah, we've got like 60 seconds left or something.
Why did
Ooh,
all
we
of them
really
open?
synced those up, though. We were just all waiting to go at the same time.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary, so...
You're saying we should pick ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway.
Yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nonary game didn't seem so scary. Yeah, so I'll be really curious what everybody else gets, because it is very loaded on the rest of the game front. But who knows, maybe we'll get lucky, because one of these routes has to end up being the good route, right? So this might just be the one.
Yeah, 2 people have been cured of Radical 6, and as far as we know, nobody else is infected.
And we have don't we have the bomb diffusing
Actually,
keypad in this route?
I think that's in the Mr. Octopus's control room, which we didn't go in this route, so...
Dang. Okay, well then maybe this is not the one.
Yeah.
Well, still, we will see how this heavily loaded game plays out next time. In the meanwhile, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all then. Bye!
Bye.